So we are back for another how-to video on the S1000RR 2016. As you remember, Emmy. The mission for today is change the footrest. So this is the stock rest, and they're going to be replaced by these beauties, HB footrest. These are done by Jealous. So if you know them, you know the quality is pretty damn good. This is the right hand side footrest and the left hand side. So for this we're gonna need a good wrench, and it's TX45 and a small TX30 to remove these two screws that are holding the brake pump in the behind, and then we have to remove 1, 2 and 3 screws. Really important here to have access to Loctite or anti-seize, because it's a high vibration bike, so you don't want anything to fall off on the road or on the track. So I'm gonna unscrew these screws and get back to you. So I've untightened these screws. As you can see, the whole footrest will come off. There's some vibration damping built in the attachment point here. So we're gonna see how we're gonna take care of this part. The important part is here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a I don't know what size it is. So you have to screw this from 2 sides. You have to hold on the back side. Here you can see better. These two, and then untighten them. That's what I'm gonna do next here. So this is what we are left with, and this is where you apply pressure for the back brake. This is the original rest. This part is sticking in there. That's what's applying pressure. So when I untighten this, this spring came off as well. So we're gonna reuse this spring to put it aside. And these are the nuts from the back of the 2 screws that were screwed in here, size 10. And you can see there's plenty of Loctite or anti-seize on the screws. So they're a little hard to get off. A recommendation is you have a towel to put around your footrest when you untighten this, so you don't scratch the frame, because it's pretty tight. So one more thing, guys. This piece that's sitting here is just clamped on, so you just remove it, and we're gonna need everything that's in here. So from the back, remove this part, and the rubbery stuff needs to get out of there and in there. So hopefully next time when we see each other, the footrest is. So guys, there's another part you need from the original bit to fit in. And this is the pressurizing point. As I discovered, there is nothing like that on the HP footrest. So you have to take this off. What you do is, I've already pressed this back. This is sitting around here. If you have one in front of you, you know what I'm talking about. Push it backwards, and then you could remove the whole thing like that. And these bits should go in here. Probably like this. Sorry, my bad. It's really hard to do this with one hand, but you have to fit this one first, of course, and then the other part. You have the hole there, and then so here we are. I had to use both my hands, so this is the finished bit. The only thing you need to do is lock it on place by snapping this part on. So it's there, it's not coming off. So try to put this on. So get back here. I fit in the distances. There's a washer in front and there's a washer in the back, as you can see. And then you have the screws. Put some Loctite on them, and then they will bolt on here with these lock nuts at the back. So you secure the footrest to the brake pump, and then you have to fit in this part correctly and to the tiny hole here, as you can see, in the brake pump. As usual, I'm gonna need both my hands, so I'll get back to you. This was a bit tricky. You need like 3 or 4 hands to be able to do this, to get the nuts from the behind and screw these on without scratching your frame. It was a bit tricky, but it's done. I mentioned that you may use this spring, but it's not necessary because of course there is a spring already on there, so you don't need that. The adjustments on this footrest are infinite, so you can, for example, move this forward foot pin a whole step back. You can rotate this and so on. I haven't figured that one yet, but that's why these are good. You can adjust them exactly like you want, and they're graded so you can have the same adjustment on both sides. So I'm gonna finish putting these 2 bolts in there and then attach it to the exhaust, and hopefully I can show you the finished product. So there you go. That's the right hand side, the brake side. It's on. So I reused this bolt from the original stuff. These 2 came with the footrest, so did these 2. If you remember, we used the T40 I think before, T45. These ones are T40, so you may want to change your, sorry, TX40 hex screw. So, just bolt it on and ready to race. So we're back with the left hand side, the gear side, and it shouldn't be that complicated. The footrest is divided into 2 pieces, where your heel rests and where the shift rod goes down to. So this will come off in one piece with these 2 bolts, and then you can remove the whole piece, and that will be replaced by that one. And then the front, where the actual shifting is going on, will come off. And as we saw in an earlier video, when I reverse shift or GP shift this, you have to unscrew this screw and that one to replace it. So we start with the back, and I get back to you when I have. So this is off, and that's what the naked frame looks like. I know the bike is dirty. I've been riding it for over 500 kilometers and haven't had its first wash, so bear with me, guys. It's not scratched, hopefully. So we got the 2 bolts with it. These should go in there, and they are threaded, so you don't need a nut at the back. Just put some Loctite on them and put them in place. And that part is over. So the right side is on, bolted with these 2 screws, and then I have unscrewed this bit, and this one needs to come off as well. So we can go on and put that in. So that part is completely off, and then You have the screw that came with the footrest. There's a distance and then another bigger distance. Loctite on that side, and then it goes bolt on there. And afterwards you put this part in. I'm gonna Loctite this and put it in place and get back to you guys. So here we are, the last bit. Put some Loctite on this one and then I'm gonna fasten it. And then of course the dust cap on top of that. As you guys remembered, you can easily put this spike in GP shift, reverse shift, or whatever you guys call it, or normal shift. So if you connect the shifting rod on this side of the screw, you have reverse shift or GP shift. On the other side you have normal shift. Once again, that's the beauty of this bike and this footrest from Gillis, but it's HP's original. So that's it, guys. Footrest how to, and take in consideration that the basic of changing the footrest is the same. May differ when it comes to GP shift and other marks, but you can put in Wanamichi, you can put in PP Tuning, Waltermuto, or whatever footrest. The basics should be the same. So I hope this video is useful for you. What's left now is adjust the footrest to your liking. I can't help you there. Until next time, see you.